Welcome back to Gearloom, where cars aren't just reviewed, they're immortalized. This isn't about horsepower charts or checklists. It's about journeys, about steel sculpted with soul. And today, we meet a machine that doesn't just bend the laws of physics, it seduces them. A car that carries 60 years of history in its curves, yet feels like it drove out of tomorrow. This is the Porsche 911 Turbo S. And what Porsche just released will blow your mind. Imagine this: dawn breaks, mist clings to the asphalt, and a silhouette emerges. Wide hips, glowing DRLs slicing through the fog like the eyes of a predator. Before your foot even grazes the pedal, your pulse quickens. Why? Because beneath this sculpture of steel lies a storm: 640 horsepower, 590 lb-ft of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of just 2.6 seconds. Numbers so brutal they don't describe acceleration, they describe teleportation. But the 911 Turbo S is more than numbers. It's an emotion disguised as engineering. And it's waiting to be unleashed. The 911 Turbo S is instantly recognizable, yet reborn. The stance is wider, 45 mm broader at the front, 20 mm at the rear, giving it a more planted, aggressive posture. New 22-inch forged alloy wheels glint under the sun, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires that look like they're sculpted for war. And then there's the color story. Porsche's paint-to-sample program now offers more than 120 shades. From timeless classics like Guard's red and shark blue to the bold, heritage-inspired Ruby Star Neo, the Turbo S doesn't just arrive, it announces itself. The wide adaptive aero wing extends like a falcon spreading its wings, ready to strike. It doesn't just cut the air. It commands it. Step inside, and the outside world fades. The cockpit wraps around you like a tailored suit, tight, precise, unapologetically focused. A 12.3-inch central touchscreen dominates the dash, paired with a 10.9-inch digital driver's display that morphs with each driving mode. Porsche has blended luxury with fighter jet precision: 18-way adjustable leather seats with memory, a Burmester 13-speaker surround system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And for those who crave heritage, Porsche offers tartan seat inserts and old-school green dials, a subtle nod to its racing past. Every button, every stitch, every dial whispers the same truth: this isn't a cabin. It's a cockpit. And the road ahead? That's your runway. Here lies the heart of the storm. A 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine, now tuned to deliver 640 horsepower, a 60 horsepower increase over the previous generation, and 590 lb-ft of torque. With Porsche's lightning-fast 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission, shifts are almost psychic. The numbers? They defy belief. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds. Top speed, 205 miles per hour. In real-world tests, launch control catapults you from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2.7 seconds, flattening your lungs against the seat. Power flows to all four wheels through a torque vectoring AWD system that reads the road like Braille. It doesn't just accelerate, it teleports. And yet, despite its savagery, the Turbo S is calm, composed, as if whispering, "Is that all you've got?" This isn't brute force without grace. It's ballet, choreographed by physics itself. Porsche's PASM adaptive suspension adapts to every mood: plush in comfort, razor-sharp in Sport Plus. The rear axle steering makes this wide-bodied beast feel half its size, tucking into corners with surgical precision. And when you need to stop, carbon ceramic brakes, 16.5 inches up front, 15.4 at the rear, bite down with ferocity. At 105 miles per hour, the active aero wing deploys, pressing the car into the tarmac like an invisible hand. The result? A machine that doesn't just defy physics. It dances with it. Here's where the 911 Turbo S embarrasses its rivals. Supercars are usually cruel mistresses: loud, impractical, exhausting. Not this one. You get a 4.6 CUFT front trunk, enough for a weekend bag. The rear seats? Small, yes, but perfect for kids or extra luggage. Visibility is excellent, the driving position comfortable, and unlike many exotics, you won't break your back crawling over speed bumps. This is the only car that can be a track monster on Saturday and a daily driver on Monday. A supercar that doesn't punish. A supercar that partners with you. Now, let's talk numbers. The 2025 Porsche 911 Turbo S starts at $232,000 for the coupe and $245,000 for the cabriolet. Add options: carbon brakes, Burmester audio, heritage paint, and most land between $260,000 and $280,000. But here's the twist: while Ferraris and McLarens bleed value the moment you drive off the lot, the 911 Turbo S holds its ground. In resale, in reliability, in cost to own, it simply makes more sense. It's an expensive indulgence, yes, but one that justifies every cent. To understand the 911 Turbo S, you have to meet its enemies. The McLaren 720S offers 710 horsepower and a higher top speed, 212 miles per hour, but it's twitchier, less usable daily. The Ferrari F8 Tributo sings with 710 horsepower from its V8, draped in Italian theater, but sacrifices practicality. The Lamborghini Huracan STO is wild, naturally aspirated, and razor-sharp, but less comfortable for long drives. The Audi R8 GT gives you a glorious V10 howl, but it's slower, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. The Porsche? It may not shout the loudest, but it whispers the truth. It can do everything. Speed, comfort, drama, and daily livability. The 911 Turbo S isn't for everyone. If you want flamboyance, buy the Lambo. If you want theater, take the Ferrari. But if you want balance, a car that can annihilate a racetrack, glide through city streets, and still feel like a timeless piece of art, the 911 Turbo S is your calling. It's not just a supercar. It's a masterpiece of engineering wrapped in emotion. So here we are, at the end of our journey. If speed had a soul, if elegance had an engine, and if heritage could breathe, it would be called the 911 Turbo S. But now I turn to you: would you take this Porsche over a Ferrari or McLaren? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and join us here at Gear Loom, where machines aren't just reviewed, they're immortalized.